slave trade. This operation. Demunsi yorukwe nafe abakulwanira kogwe no sirikira jolyo bero tusadase jukira tinebwe bubera bumyunga bwakunganye ingo bugitwala terinya. No matter your age, no matter your sex, no matter your religion, no matter your tribe, whether educated or uneducated, it's a revelation for the generation. Whether you a doctor or a farmer, whether you a teacher or policeman, coulda be a tax driver or a student, coulda be a lawyer, coulda be a soldier. We are fighting for freedom. Boy, we are fighting for freedom. Bana Uganda bali kumawanga. We are fighting for freedom. We are fighting for freedom. Yes, man, like Martin Luther said, in the end, we remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends.
No child is born to die, and no mother should die giving life.
We need to come together to make a difference. Everyone has a right to
no child to die, to die. No mother should die giving life. We need to come together, you and I. Everyone, the role to play.
So hear me the man for the man. Imagine 282 children to die. Why don't we wonder why they have to die? Why don't we stop the little babies? Cause every me want to let you know.
Buli omu wali alina ekkatala bweruba lubimbi buli omu n'olulwe osobola okutandikirawo oli awo munnange n'oleetawo enjawulo.
Osuubirani agenda okuyamba omusaayi guno omuto otabeera ggwe.
No baby,
No mother should die giving life. We need to come together, you and I.
together.
Everyone, the role to play.
Better man second, it's a big tragedy. Why we have to sleep and wake up in agony. Natural in the pipe system mess with biology. So we let the strategy, put it in the melody, make a discovery. So you have to follow me, 70 children generally. 20, 50, 60, get to 70, till to the infinity, cause we have ability. ability.
Chemi tose nawe noli chitu watako Laracho mwana zali mamangu na firawo Muvunanyizibwa bafefe nano chitu kakatako Saving the children of the future today. Mimi na we na yule tuwache kupiga masole, tuwache kusubiri pole. Amuka bwana salale, kazi ya muhimu kuwasaidia watoto. Mbona wanakufa hivyo hivyo?
Back to the business, we need staff and equipment. When it comes to health, y'all know my passion is endless. Women walking miles hurt to find a place for childbirth. We are all responsible, no matter how your mind works. Too many kids dying, the worst to say. Others may change this, but first it's me. I thought it couldn't get worse, but hey, 16 women died giving birth today.
Kurani semi saye mi dokola kaputi. Neba mambo kufane bale kaba na kupoti. Tenawe tulino kuvayo tubawe sapoti. Cheweba kazukuka, kamu kulanzi.
Amama bafanga bazala kulwachi. Tuoza chimumwe no government tuyambe. Ngaje kweyense, nangenze yekwe. Let's combine the energy, we save the future.
Ubulamu mwana mweyagaza. Kabali ne mama bese sasa. Uli mwaka ngabe kulisa. Nye kwangeliza nyuza.
Today,
No baby.
no matter die, giving life. We need to come together,
Together.
everyone is about to play.
Hey, you and I can change this together. You and I, tukolele wamu. Everyone is me, everyone is you. Hand in hand, hand in hand. 'Cause no time.
Come to die, no matter die, giving life. We need to come together, you and I. Everyone is about to play. No time, come to die, no matter die, giving life. We need to come together, you and I.
Let's come together. Let's come together.
So we are bad, we are mad, kumabambanga mwaka kumwaka. Bobiwine me a give them fayaka. Say even the man style. Alright, give me the sun beat made by Renix. Bad Bobiwine give them lyrics. Me want the man and woman say this. Uganda chika yeru no mayinga. Kampala sichibuga chaba fala boba fala ude yala. You know Kampala everybody zimbabwe bus magira amana lebagega. Kampala sichibuga chaba fala boba fala ude yala. You know Kampala everybody zimbabwe bus magira amana lebagega. Sijokiranga nakajam chibuga Kampala. Kabuli chintu chantunulira nchagala. Nabuli muntu kwesisinkana mwesiga. Nasanga buno buboyo bokugudo bamala kukuba nandole. Obo bandeka nze ntunuza ndali. Olone manye byomukyalo boy. Bibate bikola musite. Ai. Nasogera kamoja eyemanga. Jetulabira sinema mu kibanda. Nebankamuna mu olusamba nanda. Enfukira dala mu banda. Kampala sichibuga chabafala bobafala ubude yala. You know Kampala everybody zimbabwe bus magira amana lebagega. Kampala sichibuga chabafala bobafala ubude yala. You know Kampala everybody zimbabwe bus magira amana lebagega. Kampala chibuga chabadongo. Kampala chibuga chabanabongo. Ewakuba dekati efwa badongo. Tubabana bongo totuita badongo. Kampala obolino chakala wabula. Kampala obolino terikanga. Kampala obolino kwedaka wabulu. Olumo obolino sirikanga. Kampala obolino kaluba wabulu. Olumo obolino gonda. Kampala tolina kwesiga wabulu. Olumo obolino kwesiga kubanga. Kampala sichibuga chabafala bobafala ubude yala. You know Kampala everybody zimbabwe bus magira amana lebagega. Kampala sichibuga chabafala bobafala ubude yala. You know Kampala everybody zimbabwe bus magira amana lebagega. Give me the sound beat made by Relax. Ask Scooby them power because Bad Bobiwine give them lyrics. Correct. Eno Kampala chibuka kyanyasooka munne kati yogenderera nyakubuyu ku lusegere buli bw'oloba muba kutate ku lujegere kayalobera nnyo mu kimangere eno siteyo sula mu kayala bwe kati onodde mutafuna mirembe gakuba teyeguka mugenzi ya mulembe mama fina teyamuwa mirembe kati bijuliridde pasita bugembe kyekimwati oye ziro omugaga n'omwagwa enjawulo ziro site demu yaleeta enziro obusajja buba owulira embiro anti Kampala si kibuga ky'abafala bobafala obudde yala eno Kampala tebiba bizimbe gwe bosimagira abaana tebabega Kampala si kibuga ky'abafala bobafala obudde yala eno Kampala tebiba bizimbe gwe bosimagira abaana tebabega
Even not be part of the future. Uganda is ranked among the worst African countries with a high mortality rate. The rate of mothers dying while giving birth is terrible. 68% of Ugandans are very poor and outside the money economy. They can hardly afford a single meal a day. Our past and our present has all been characterized by the might power of the gun. We can't afford to have any more of that in our future. 85% of Ugandans are below 35 years. They are the future. And it's not only moral, but a responsibility for this generation to secure our own future. Vote KyagulanyiSsentamuRobert as your president 2021-2026. Vote the umbrella for a new Uganda. Our future is already indebted with over 56 trillion shillings that we are bound to pay in 94 years. Unfortunately, the biggest chunk of this has been embezzled by those who might even not be part of the future. Uganda is ranked among the worst African countries with a high mortality rate. The rate of mothers dying while giving birth is terrible. 68% of Ugandans are very poor and outside the money economy. They can hardly afford a single meal a day. Our past and our present has all been characterized by the might power of the gun. We can't afford to have any more of that in our future. 85% of Ugandans are below 35 years. They are the future. And it's not only moral, but a responsibility for this generation to secure our own future. Vote KyagulanyiSsentamuRobert as your president 2021-2026. Vote the umbrella for a new Uganda.
Amazoko buli wengala ya see sunshine endowooza bwe kibeera baby nga you are mine obalolirwe nakusanga nga tuli mu dance enkusaba tuzinengo nawe omunyigo squeeze kakuba kyengamba olabika nga atanchenga baby manya buli kyoyenda nenkikuwaka bunonenda one day you say it is Ovikanya, another day you say it is Imuke. One day you say you are Ondupara, another day you say you are Mayuke. Anyadwe pingo itire mo junya olinganga kaidindi mubede. Nayenga charenga, echana charenga mama. Singana lini na waka uko, nandi wade nange nyama sabu. Mugambe charenga, katume charenga basi. Singana lini na waka uko. Nyamasapo, ensaba kulubera kuba n'abalala kuba nange wende netiri muntu wakwemulisa ino naye nga wakawaale olabikonzala wabonda bubutono naye mwattu mwende bana abaliko balaba abapika obunyama naye wakawambwa olumu bakwanisa sente n'amala n'akuyisa ng'ente obulungi bw'omu busaananze nabw'omwana anyirira mpanze ono baseka mpulira obutiti ate bwayogera mpulira nyumirwa amaaso ge gakuba emyanso era bondabira mputuse naye nga kyalenga ekyana kyalenga mama singana lini nawakawobo nandibadde nange ndi amasavu bagenzi kyalenga batume kyalenga basi singana lini nawakawobo nandibadde nange ndi amasavu
Limuna Uganda.
I come from the black, yellow and red, symbolizing a beautiful nation gifted by nature.
Limuna Uganda, Limuna Uganda.
Let's get together and build up the power.
Limuna Uganda, Limuna Uganda. Limuna Uganda, Uganda. Pena tuliva Uganda. Limuna Uganda, Limuna Uganda. Limuna Uganda, Uganda. Pena tuliva Uganda.
Is already indebted with over 56 trillion shillings that we are bound to pay in 94 years. Unfortunately, the biggest chunk of this has been embezzled by those who might even not be part of the future. Uganda is ranked among the worst African countries with a high mortality rate. The rate of mothers dying while giving birth is terrible. 68% of Ugandans are very poor and outside the money economy. They can hardly afford a single meal a day. Our past and our present has all been characterized by the might power of the gun. We can't afford to have any more of that in our future. 85% of Ugandans are below 35 years. They are the future. And it's not only moral, but a responsibility for this generation to secure our own future. Vote KyagulanyiSsentamuRobert as your president 2021-2026. Vote the umbrella for a new Uganda. Our future is already indebted with over 56 trillion shillings that we are bound to pay in 94 years. Unfortunately, the biggest chunk of this has been embezzled by those who might even not be part of the future. Uganda is ranked among the worst African countries with a high mortality rate. The rate of mothers dying while giving birth is terrible. 68% of Ugandans are very poor and outside the money economy. They can hardly afford a single meal a day. Our past and our present has all been
fellow Ugandans, I greet you, those that are watching us from within the country and those in the diaspora. Allow me to wish you a happy new year, but most importantly, to welcome all of us from the year 2020. It was such a challenging year, and right now we can all say Alhamdulillah. We can thank the Almighty God for delivering us from a year that was full of challenges. It was in 2020 that we were attacked by the global pandemic of COVID-19. This is when our nation was locked down, which lockdown came with a lot of economic challenges to very many Ugandans. But again, this is when the Museveni regime used this opportunity to borrow a lot of money, which money was not used to better our healthcare system, but the same money was used to continuously oppress our people. A big chunk of it was stolen, unfortunately. In this year, we have lost so many Ugandans. Many of them, we lost them to natural causes, and many of them died of unexplained deaths. We continue to remember outstanding deaths like one of Sheikh Mozata, which up to now is a big question in the minds of all of us. I want to send my heartfelt condolences to all the people that have lost loved ones in the year 2020. Many state-sanctioned murders happened, from the killing of Rita Nabukenya to Dani Cheyune to very many other Ugandans. But again, the world is still trying to come to terms with the November massacre, where more than 100 innocent citizens of Uganda were killed on the orders of General Museveni. We also remember that many people like Omar Abone, like Hussein Walugembe were killed. And in the very recent days, we just buried our comrade, Frank. Frank was murdered, run over by a military police patrol car. And as usual, there was no report, there was no explanation from those that killed him. We've seen journalists attacked, beaten, and as we speak right now, one of the journalists, Ashraf Kasirye, is recovering in hospital with a very deep cut that shattered his skull. I'm happy to report to you that the doctors encouraged us that Sheriff will be well, although it will take quite a long time. I was able to visit him and he's responding well, although he's not able to talk, but at least he opens his eyes, which we expected to happen in 2 weeks. By the grace of God, that has happened in just over 48 hours. As I speak to you, ladies and gentlemen, more than 100 of our close working campaign team members are incarcerated. Some are still in Kalangala, some are at Masaka Central Police Station, while others, we are informed, are detained in Kasajagirwa Military Barracks. Those that were able to access them have informed us that they have gone through grave torture. Some of them cannot even stand. Just yesterday, a group of medical doctors was seen at Masaka CPS trying to treat some of our members. These are people that did not have a single wound when they were arrested. And yes, I must say that comrades like Nubian Lee, Dan Magic, and Eddie Mutwe, nobody knows where they are. They were separated from the other detainees, and up to now, we don't know where they are. We only get reports that they've been gravely tortured. We continue to demand for their immediate release. But ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, disagreeing with General Museveni has become a death sentence. We condemn that in the strongest terms possible. This is what General Museveni has always claimed to have fought against. General Museveni has always called swine the regimes that came before him for abusing the rights of the citizens. Unfortunately, his regime that has become now a regime of blood and national shame is doing the same things or even worse. We have seen abductions of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, the days of Pandagari are back. More than 1,000 of our supporters have been kidnapped. Some are held in military incarceration, while others have disappeared and are not seen to date. We have learned that some have been charged in military court. Innocent citizens, they are charged in military court and they are remanded, while some of them are not seen at all. We have also seen a wave of attack on sports people, and in particular the boxers. Some more than 20 days ago, a renowned professional boxer who is retired, Justin Juko, was arrested in Masaka. And it was until a few days ago that he was released without any charges. Juko was held in military detention without any knowledge and without any access of his family, lawyers, or doctor. We are also aware that a one Joe Vegas Rubega, a champion boxer attached to the National Unity Platform, was arrested, and up to now, nobody knows where he is. We are also informed that Coach Chiza, who runs a gym in Chisenyi at Social Center, was abducted by the military, and up to now, we have not known where he is. Ladies and gentlemen, as if that is not enough, all of you woke up to the brutal murder of a renowned boxer, Isaac Senyange, popularly known as Zebra Mando. Zebra was a personal friend to me, but he was a friend to so many people. Zebra was a boxer, and I trained with him in the past days. Zebra was a strong supporter of the National Resistance Movement, the NRM. But Zebra was attacked by security personnel and was brutally murdered in his home in Waise. We all didn't believe, because he was murdered in the same way as Abiriga was murdered, in the same way as Afande Chirumira was murdered, in the same way as Kawesa was murdered. Same style, execution style. It was until General Museveni came up on the 31st of December 2020 and indeed made it clear that Zebra was murdered by security. He went ahead to explain that security had gone to arrest Zebra and question him, but they ended up murdering him. What the world doesn't understand is how security goes to question a renowned supporter of the regime, murders him, and leaves him where he was murdered. Nobody has been arrested in connection to the murder of Zebra. We only know that the president called the widow and sent a condolence money to the widow. This is the same thing that General Museveni has been doing, always being the first person to show up on the murder scenes of the people. But again, making sure that no report is made. As we all know, no report came out of the murder of Kawesa. No report came out of the murder of Kagezi. No report came out of the murder of Afande Chirumira. And we know that no report will come out of the murder of Zebra. Kino kanchogere ne mu Luganda. Zebra yatemuddwa. Zebra yali mukwano gwange nga bokisa munne, nga muvubuka munne, nga ghetto youth munne. Era Zebra yali muwagizi nnyo wa NRM, naye nga manyi nga mukwano gwe. Zebra bwe yasembayo okulabika mu katambi ka video yali ayogera na RCC ne DPC nga babasaba olukusa okujja okuba abawagizi baffe n'obakolako effujjo. Kyanaku nnyo nti abantu Zebra babadde akolera kubanga fena tukimanyi nti abo abantu tebalina mukwano, babakozesa bukozesa naye ekiseera bwe kituuka nga tebakyakwetaaga naawe ne bakutemula nga bwe babadde batemula abalala. Zebra yatemuddwa. Zebra yatemuddwa okusinziira ku bigambo bya mutabani we ne ku bigambo bya mukyala we. Yatemuddwa abasirikale abajjidde mu motoka ez'ekika kya drone. Emmotoka ze zimu ze muzze mulaba nga ziwamba abantu nga zibakwata. Tukiri tulowooza nti ze motoka ezakwata Juko, ze motoka ezakwata Joe Vegas Lubega, ze motoka ezawamba Coach Kiza owa Social Center mu Kisenyi paka kati nga tannaba kulabika. Zebra n'atemulwa. Twabadde tukyebuuza enfa ya Zebra paka mwami Museveni bwe yavuddeyo n'akakasa nti ddala kituufu abasirikale be batemudde Zebra. Era ne yeetonda nti ali ssole. Era n'agamba nti kati ye yeddiza obuvunaanyizibwa obw'okunoonyereza ku batemu abatemudde Zebra. Naye nga ffena tumanyi nti entemula y'emu gye batemuddemu Zebra yentemula gye batemulamu Afande Kawesa, yentemula gye batemulamu Bawama Mafiina, yentemula gye batemulamu muganda waffe Abiriga, yentemula gye batemulamu Kirumira. Naye era okuva ku batemula paka olwaleero tewali report yali efulumye. Mwami Museveni yakikomezaawo nga bweri enkola ye nti batta abaana baffe naye ne baleeta amabugo ebyo ne bikomaawo. Era yaweereza namwandu amabugo ng'alinga mugamba nti bawo twamuse genda oguleyo Zebra omulala. Ekyo nno kya nnaku nnyo tukivumirira. Naye njagala kigende eri mwena ba ghetto youth, njagala kigende eri mwena ba boxer, njagala kigende eri mwena ba Uganda abavubuka naddala mmwe be bakozesa okukola ebikolobero ku bannammwe. Kubanga eno gavumenti ya Museveni ey'obuswavu tesobola kuyimirirawo nga tekozeseza abantu. Nakibagambako nti nobody can keep you a slave without your permission. Yeffe tubawa permission ne bakozesa ffe, ne bakozesa ffe okumenya amayumba g'abandi, ne bakozesa ffe okugoba abantu ku ttaka, ne bakozesa ffe okutulugunya abantu, ne bakozesa ffe okukuba n'okutemula n'okusirisa abo abagezaako ate okulwanirira eddembe ly'abalala. Naye oluvannyuma lwa byonna naffe ne batuzikiza. Bwe batyo bwe bayisa Kiwana, bwe batyo bakoze abantu bonna ne muganda waffe Zebra bwe bamuyisiza. Kitalo nnyo ekya Zebra, naye nkikuteekako mwami Museveni. You are responsible for the death of these young people. We cannot wait to live in a Uganda where life is precious, where the lives of young people is taken seriously, is valued. Kitalo nnyo, kitalo ddala ekya muganda waffe Zebra Mando. It's on the same note that I want to mention that it is not only Zebra that was murdered, but also a young man called Robert Mukasa, who was Zebra's close friend. He was arrested by the same security on the day Zebra was murdered. The following day, Robert was found in Bombo, dead and abandoned in a bush. Kyanaku nnyo twamaze okutemula Zebra ne gwe bamukutte naye Robert naye bamusanze attiddwa. President w'eggwanga yennyini yavuddeyo n'akakasa nti abantu abasse zebula abamanyi, naye era kimanyiddwa nti abasse zebula be baakutte ne Robert kubanga naye yabadde boxer era n'azuulibwa ng'afudde. So it is clear nti kati obutemu buli official, government sanctioning obutemu ne bajja ne batemula omuntu, ekyo ne kikomaawo. Ekyo no kya nnaku. That is what we are fighting to end. I've already mentioned that so many people have been abducted. Many are rotting in jails while others are still missing. And it is our pledge that the first thing that we'll do when we get into power is to free all the political prisoners, all the prisoners of conscience that have been incarcerated by the Museveni regime. And we know that that day is not far from where we are. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we have completed 2020, now that we've stepped strongly, firmly and confidently into the year 2021, we can only praise the Almighty God. We can only say, Ebenezer, thus far the Lord has brought us. In the new year 2021, we choose hope over fear. We choose confidence over doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the year that we all have been waiting for. This is 2021. We have been planning for this year. We've been waiting for this year. And now we are here. Like Shakespeare said one time, that let us remember and celebrate. Let us eat and drink to the general happiness of the company and our friends that have not made it. But we are here. We are in 2021, and we've always been saying Mission 2021. This is the year to accomplish our mission. We have 12 days from today. 12 days. But I would rather look at it from the point of view of 10 days of campaign. 10 more days. So we have 10 days to determine the future of our country. We have 10 days to determine the fate of Uganda. We have 10 days of campaign and 12 days to a historical election. It is this election where we are going to determine whether we shall remain slaves in our own country or whether we shall free up. It is in this election where we are going to decide whether our lives are going to be precious and valuable or we are going to continue dying like useless creatures in our own country. It is those 12 days, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make a clarion call to all the people of Uganda. I call upon you, ladies and gentlemen, to rise up and accomplish the mission that we have all been preaching. I want to call upon you to turn out in large numbers and vote. I want to encourage all of you to dedicate these remaining 12 days, to dedicate these days to the future of our country. I've said it before, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to say it again, that we are non-violent. General Museveni has tried everything possible to project us as violent so that he can be able to respond to us with violence. I say it one more time, that we are non-violent. We are just Ugandans. We are farmers. We are border riders. We are nurses. We are doctors. We are teachers. We are lawyers. We are people of Uganda that are determined to change the fate of their nation. We are Uganda. We are the National Unity Platform. We want to change our country, and we are doing that peacefully. So, to the people of Uganda, turn up in big numbers and vote. That is the only solution. We've called upon you in the past to register massively as voters, and you did so. We called upon you to open your eyes, and you did so. We called upon you to spread the message of freedom, and you did so. Now is the time to vote. This is no usual election. This is a revolutionary election. So let's come out in big numbers and vote. Bamama abali mu katale, mikwano gyange aba boda boda, abalimi, abantu abali mu byalo, yonna yonna gye muli muveeyo mulonde mikwano gyange, ate mulonde mu bungi. Eyo ye answer yokka yokka. Akaluluko ke kagenda okuteeka eddagala mu malwaliro, akaluluko ke kagenda okukomya ettemu lino limubadde mulaba erigenda mu maaso, akaluluko ke kagenda obulamu bwo bukyusa bubeere bwa kitiibwa, akaluluko ke kagenda okusalawo oba osobola okweyogerera oba tosobola kweyogerera, akaluluko ssebo nnyabo ke kagenda okuggula enzigi z'amakomera n'ezo zi barracks gye basibidde baganda baffe ba Nubian ba Edi Mutwe nga tebalina musango. Akaluluko ke kagenda okuwa eddembe okweyagalira mu nsi yo, ke kagenda okuwa citizenship, ke kagenda okuwa eddembe ly'obuntu naawe obeere ng'omuntu. It is your vote that is going to do that. And please, tubasaba zino ennaku 12 ezisigaddeyo muziweeyo mikwano gyange, muziweeyo ku lw'ensi yammwe. Keera buli ku makya obeeko gw'otuusaako obubaka, keera buli ku makya oteeketeeko omuntu, muveeyo mu bungi mulonde. Olunaku lw'14 lwe tugenda okulonda. Teekateeka masiki yo, teekateeka national ID yo, teekateeka akagonge we balondera, ofube olonde. N'abo abalwadde oba bateesobola mubayambe baveeyo balonde. It is on the 14th of January 2021 when we are going to change the fate of Uganda. We know that the regime is planning on a lot of things. We know that the regime is planning to cut off the internet. We know that the regime is planning to cut off mobile money services. We know that they are planning to cut off electricity. We know that they are even planning a lockdown. We know they are planning massive arrests, which they've already started doing. We know that they have already arranged fake terrorist centers in Mbuya barracks and other military military centers. We know that they have carried out and they continue to carry out massive arrests. So prepare for that. Tukimanyi bulungi the government ya Museveni teina chance ku kalulu. Yensonga lwaki bali mu kuyoola abaana bazzeemu pandagaali. Tumanyi nti bateekateeka ku lunaku olwo okussa amagye. They intend to deploy the military everywhere to intimidate people, to stop people from voting. Bateekateeka okuleeta amagye bagayiwe buli wamu. Bateekateeka okutiisatiisa abantu babalemesa okulonda kuba bamanyi bannayuganda bavaayo mu bungi ne balonda Museveni akake kabawo kabweddemu. Tumanyi nti bateekateeka okuleeta obululu okubuyiwamu ng'olwedde buli tikiti. Bateekateeka okusalako internet. Bateekateeka okusalako amasannyalaze mu bitundu ebisinga obungi eby'omu Uganda. Bateekateeka okusalako mobile money. Tumanyi nti bateekateeka n'okola lockdown. Ensonga lwaki tubasaba mweteeketeeke. Byo byonna mubeere nga mubimanyi. Bagenda kukusala amagezi okwata abantu bangi nnyo. Ba agenti baffe bagenda kufuba okulaba nga babayoola. Bafuba nnyo okulaba nga buli muntu aneetoolodde oba buli muwagizi wa NUP oba buli mukulembeze wa NUP nga bamukwata ne bamusiba. Njagadde nnyo bannayuganda mubitegeere. Manyi nti bateekateeka bateegese nadda in fact tali center emu bagitadde Mbuya, endala tulina information bagitadde Nakasongola naye ne mu bitundu ebirala gye baagala okugattiragatira omugatte ogwa omufu ogw'okulonda. But I want to encourage all of you, one, turn out in large numbers and vote, and after that please keep a safe distance but continue watching the proceedings. Don't go back home. Let us dedicate the 14th of January to our nation. Everything that we are encouraging you to do is legal, it is constitutional, and nothing is criminal. We also know that the Electoral Commission intends to delay voting materials in some areas, particularly in Kampala, in Wakiso, in Mukono, and in areas of Masaka. We also know that they are intending to announce results very late. We want to appeal to you, Mr. Byabakama, and the Electoral Commission, and at the same time warn you that the people of Uganda are not going to accept that. You've done that in the past, but you're dealing with a totally different generation. So, the more you really disrespect the people of Uganda, the more you will be accountable for any result of a bad election. It is in your best interest and in the interest of the people of Uganda that you respect their voices. Tumanyi timwami Byabakama n'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda bateekateeka okuluyisaayo ebirondesebwa ebyo ebikozesebwa mu kulonda mu bitundu ebimu nga mu Kampala muno mwennyini, ng'e Wakiso, ng'e Mukono, ng'e Masaka ne walala. Naye twagala mwami Byabakama n'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda obakubira omulanga n'obbalabula nti bannayuganda tebagenda kukkiriza nkola eyo ey'obumenyi bw'amateeka. Musirise nga batukolako ebikolobero. Tumanyi nti mwami Byabakama toli mitambo gya kalulu kano, naye njagala okuwa amagezi oleme kubeera nampulira zibi, oleme kubeera ng'enswera gye boogerako mu lugero egoberera omulambo paka Montana. Now to Mr. Museveni. General Museveni, wakati mukuwa ekitiibwa tuze tugamba ne ku mulundi guno tugamba tetulina kye tukusaba. We are not asking for anything from you, General Museveni. All we are saying is keep your word. Keep your word. In Africa, they teach us that a man is noble if he's a man of his word. What we're saying is keep your word. Respect the words that you said when you are a young man. You called Obote and Amin swines for disrespecting the rights of the people of Uganda. You are abusing the rights of Ugandans much worse than the previous regimes. Respect your word. We are not violent. We are not up for violence. But again, we are not going to be silent in the face of oppression. We have said it before and we are saying it again. We are not your slaves. We are the people of Uganda. We are the young people whose future you have robbed away from us, whose parents have died because of your misrule, whose brothers and sisters you are continuing to kill, whose parents lost it all, whose future has gone and we are trying to reinvent it. Be a man of your word. General Museveni, you cannot kill all of us. You cannot. It is unfortunate, very unfortunate, to see that once a prized revolutionary, you have decided to bury your legacy in muck. But again, if that's what you have chosen, that is your decision. However, I tell you today, like I've told you in the past, that you either respect the voice of the people of Uganda, or you will end up like all the other despots have ended up. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. And for as long as I still have the breath in my body, I will open my mouth and tell you the truth. After all, you go to government, politics is about kulaba mukama. So, tujabi kugamba muzeyi, ngabwe biri, tukuwanye ekitiibwa mukadde waffe, ne munnange, tetuli baddubo. Tuli bana Uganda. Tuyinza okubeera aba boda boda, tuyinza okubeera aba comedian, tuyinza okubeera abalimi, tuyinza okubeera abasiisi ba chapati. Naye eno Uganda naffe tugiyinako omugabo nga ggwe n'abaana bo. Eno Uganda naffe nsi yaffe. Wano we batuzaalidde. era ne bw'onootutta wano we bagenda otuziika. Twagala nnyo okubeera mu nsi eyeeyagaza nga buli omu awamu n'ekitiibwa, nga ffe n'abaana bo tuli mu nsi nga buli omu asanyukira munne. So tewali nsonga lwaki obeera otuyisa nga ba second class citizens. Tetuli ba second class citizens sa, tuli bannayuganda. And I hope that message is received by you with an open heart. We respect you, but we would rather you respect yourself as well. Now, to the people of Uganda, we've told you before, we tell you again, that be non-violent, be peaceful, but be assertive. I say it again, be non-violent, be peaceful, but be assertive. Your right is your right, and nobody can and should take away that right from you. Please use your smartphone. Use your smartphone. That smartphone is a very powerful weapon. We've moved the entire country from the north to the south and central, from the west to the east. We've been confronted with soldiers and police officers armed to the tooth. But we've noticed they fear one thing, that is the camera. So we are calling upon you to use your smartphone, use your camera as much as possible. Go live whenever you can. Expose, expose, expose. As much as you can expose. I want to also ask you, on the day of elections, the 14th of January 2021, please make sure you record the proceedings, but most importantly, that particular time when the returning officer is announcing the result, make sure you capture that. Make sure you capture that particular moment. I know that we are very many Ugandans, and I know that we can do that as a nation, as a population. All we want is clarity. So make sure you capture that. Kozesa kamera yo mukwano gwange. Kamera kyakulwanyisa kyamaanyi nnyo 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 nnyo. Twetolodde eggwanga lyonna lyonna nga batulumbagana balina ebyokulwanyisa ebya buli kala. Naye twazudde nti batya ekintu kimu, batya kamera. N'olw'ensonga eyo njagala okusaba okozese kamera yo. Genda live recording ebigenda maaso byonna byonna olabise nga bw'osobola. Naye ekikulu ennyo nnyo njagala okukusaba nti recordinga ako kapaati presiding officer waalangirira ebivudde mu kulonda, nti olwaleero bantu balonze bwe bati, gundi afunye obululu bwe buti, n'ono afunye bwe buti, n'ono afunye bwe buti. Awo we njagala okusaba orecordinge. Abatasobola kurecordinga mukozese audio. Those that don't have cameras, please use audio, record as audio, but make sure you record it. Bono recordinga clip eyo, tujja kubawa enamba kwe mugenda okubanga musindika byemba mu recordinze. I also want to use this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to announce that for the last few months we have been building an application that is going to help us tally our election, to tally our results. That application is called Dido. Excuse us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say this again. I want to take this opportunity to announce to the nation and to the world that for the last few months we have been building an application that will help us bring together the results of this election. That application is called You Vote, and you will be able to access it from Google Play Store in the next few hours. This application will help us ensure that we tighten every noose that the dictatorship was trying to use to rig our vote. Kanchogere mu Luganda, kankozesa omukisa guno okulangirira eri eggwanga n'ensi yonna. Tokumala emyezi nga gijo tubadde tuzimba app oba application enetuyamba okuŋŋaanya n'okubala akalulu kaffe. Eyo application bagiyita U-Vote era egenda kubeera available ku Google Play Store mu ssaawa eziddako embale. But as of now, we shall be sending it to you by WhatsApp and we will ask you to share it. With that application, you ensure that you get the declaration form and send it to that app. You take a picture of the DR form and send it to that app. That can be done by our agents, but it can also be done by any citizen. Because this is not only about agents, this is about all the people of Uganda. And I want to invite all the people of Uganda to kindly be part of this, because this is going to be historical. Eyo app egenda kubeera available eri ba agent baffe, naye ate era ejja kubeera available eri bannayuganda bonna tusobole ogikozesa, kubanga tugezaako okusala amagezi gonna okulaba ng'engeri gye babadde bapulaning okubbamu akalulu kaffe tuziba buli kituli. Finally, I want to warn all the people that Museveni intends to use to brutalize our people, to kill our people, and to stay for the voice of the people of Uganda. Brothers and sisters in the armed forces, brothers and sisters in police, all brothers and sisters in uniform and in security agencies, I want to remind you that the majority of you are young people. Choose the side of the people of Uganda and not the side of an aging dictator who is clearly on his way out. You have read from history, from the past history and even the recent history. There is no reason why you would abuse your oath. You were not trained to kill Ugandans. You were not trained to brutalize people. You were trained to keep law and order. You were trained to keep the citizens of your country safe. So, it is upon you to make this historical decision, because this is about yourself, this is about your future, this is about your children's future, and it's about the future of your children's children. We all can live in a good country, in a Uganda where soldiers are loved by citizens, where police officers are respected by citizens, where police officers are not ordered to kill or brutalize citizens against their will. We can do that, ladies and gentlemen. So I appeal to all of us to use our conscience. I want to appeal to you not to be robots. Be human beings. You are citizens. You are men and women of honor. You wear our national badge and our national flag with honor. You deserve dignity. You don't deserve shame. I want to thank all of you for listening to me, and I want to request you to spread this message far and wide. Thank you very much for God and my country, and I wish you a very happy New Year 2021. Thank you.
Characterized by the might power of the gun, we can't afford to have any more of that in our future. 85% of Ugandans are below 35 years. They are the future. And it's not only moral, but a responsibility for this generation to secure our own future. Vote KyagulanyiSsentamuRobert as your president 2021-2026. Vote the umbrella for a new Uganda. Our future is already indebted with over 56 trillion shillings that we are bound to pay in 94 years. Unfortunately, the biggest chunk of this has been embezzled by those who might even not be part of the future. Uganda is ranked among the worst African countries with a high mortality rate. The rate of mothers dying while giving birth is terrible. 68% of Ugandans are very poor and outside the money economy. They can hardly afford a single meal a day. Our past and our present has all been characterized by the might power of the gun. We can't afford to have any more of that in our future. 85% of Ugandans are below 35 years. They are the future. And it's not only moral, but a responsibility for this generation to secure our own future. Vote KyagulanyiSsentamuRobert as your president 2021-2026. Vote the umbrella for a new Uganda. Our
sibye mutyanno bannaffe abatuwuliriza gano ge mawulire ag'essaawa eno omusomize Dr. Neiro Yinkimukaga Prince Neris Kayondo. Bannansi babadde bakyali kugwa amasannyalaze okulinnya ebitundu 99 ku 100 gujabagidde omunafu azadde kalira endiga ewalampye ennyumba. Minisita we bamukutte n'obukadde 150 obw'ensimbi so nga ne mu ddwaliro ekkulu teri ddagala. Gaagano mu bujjuvu.
Freedom comes to those who fight, but not to those who cry. Because the more you cry, it's the more your people continue to die. So rise, defend your rights. Yaga, 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 yaga. Give me the man's style. I don't know why the corruption is too much. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Why the price of electricity too high. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Why the price of education is too high. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Can't you see the tribalism is too much? I would like to communicate for the things that we have to eliminate. Ignorance and poverty to eradicate. All the whole I get to use them to educate. No, don't you try to politicize. Don't think me I try to criticize. No, sensitize me I sensitize. And me know say my people must realize the most important things. To liberty begins in your mindset. To free ghetto people they must educate. But education expensive to get. It's like you say we carry water in a basket. I don't know why the corruption is too much. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Why the price of electricity too high. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Why the price of education is too high. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Can't you see the tribalism is too much, too much, too much. Kajite muda umedimbe. Amuoza tusaba government tuyambe. Opposition ije tusubide tuyambe. Mulira nabo batukola mu musimbi. Yo, mulikola muchanga bechanze. Abanyigirizi babonanga bechaye. Omuntu wa famile yo musabo kumwezi. Negumulisa kumala wiki chobola bangamba. Tutude ku time bomb. Yakala kubalukelo time bomb. Keri baluka. Temugamba temwajimanya time bomb. Ayaga, yaga, yaga, yaga. I don't know why the corruption is too much. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Why the price of electricity too high. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Why the price of education is too high. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Can't you see the tribalism is too much? Big up to the leaders them. The bad news is that everything is wrong. But the good news is that you still can fix it. Masomero fizi tusasula zimu naye emirimu gibera gyabalondemu abavubuka kabisala gwe mulimu emiteri watagwan obusosoze mu mawanga bwe bungi kate fena tumanyi tekiba kirungi. Yes, take a look in every office kati kyenjogerako what don't you see. So me say ebintu ebyo byenjogerako abasinga bibalumira mulinde bisigalayo ku mitima. Buli omu yandifunye equal opportunity no matter the tribe etumalawo fitina anti eno ye time bomb enguudo mwe tuyita time bomb embeera y'omalwaliro time bomb n'amasomero mwe tusomeseza abatoto baffe. Yaga, yaga, yaga. I don't know why the corruption is too much. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Why the price of electricity too high. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Why the price of education is too high. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Can't you see the tribalism is too much? I don't know why the corruption is too much. Yaga, yaga, yaga. We not promote no violence. We condemn the violence. Rasta no promote no violence. Give me all. Ebino bwenabira benatide nnyo okulwana mu bavubuka kususe nnyo kata bakulembeze ekibaswaza nnyo bamma bavubuka nze nsaba tukole wetute abokulonda kubeere kwa ddembe ano buyinza butuuke mu ddembe ana uganda mulonde mu ddembe awo obulamu butunyumire sabye okulonda kubeere kwa ddembe ano buyinza butuuke mu ddembe ana uganda tubeere baddembe ano mwaka gubanyumire ovako independence tole mu ntalo kyekiganye ne uganda okola lwa ntalo buli gavumenti ejana ntalo era bagala okugenda zebenga ntalo bakikola batya eri ebusukka nsalo abakyusa awatali kulwana ntalo lwaki temukitandika abasebo nga temwagamba kyekyabalwanyisa entalo lwaki oyoza engoye enjeru lwaki temulabira ku mandera yafuka temunatabendera abakulembeze okula mu ntebe ekireetera uganda okufuka eddebe buli ayogerako ngola kutemulabe ekyo tekituzimba tuba tuta mabega abantu obaleka ne balondawo omuntu watakoze ne bamugjawo ekyo nesemateeka akyogerako bomubikula kyosookerako wabula abokulonda kubeere kwa ddembe ano buyinza butuuke mu ddembe ana uganda mulonde mu ddembe awo obulamu butunyumire sabye okulonda kubeere kwa ddembe ano buyinza butuuke mu ddembe ana uganda tubeere baddembe ano mwaka gubanyumire. Now this is a message to every Ugandan, especially the candidates right from MC1 straight up to president. Violence is backwardness while peace is godliness. Kadoge mazima gali agakawa chanalabuka kakikubusa boy obanga mu mazima oyagala Uganda ne mu bikolwa okiraganga tuzimba omusingi okuyamba Uganda n'abaana baffe gwe balirabira amanye omuntu okugenda mu buyinza tekikyetagisa buyiwa musaayi amanye abantu besimbawo abantu ne balondako asinze n'abafuga gwe basinze namukwata n'emukono naye abakulembeze kati mutula kati mukyakulwana lwaki mutukuza bubi laba bwe tukuze ffenna nga tumanyi kimu kyakulimba lwaki mutukuza bubi ebwenjogera ku kituufu nonzigulaku emisango awo oba otukuze bubi ayawuka n'endowooza yo tekyemufuula mulabewo ffenna tuleba nayo omukulembeze omulungi awuliriza ebiruma abantu abakukyakolawo buli munauganda woli kikakatako kuma emirembe ffenna tuleba nayo abokulonda kubeere kwa ddembe ano buyinza butuuke mu ddembe ana uganda mulonde mu ddembe awo obulamu butunyumire sabye okulonda kubeere kwa ddembe ano buyinza butuuke mu ddembe ana uganda tubeere baddembe ano mwaka gubanyumire. That magic is a real magician. Dream studio jegubugide. That magic is a real magician. Yeah man, for God and my country. Kampala, Uganda.